everybody, we're back with our Super Bowl odds vid post week 14 edition, and I'm telling you, can anybody beat the Kansas City Chiefs? Kansas City has moved all the way up to plus 180 to win the Super Bowl, this according to betonline.ag, after beating the Miami Dolphins 33-27. Now, they had 4 turnovers, right? Patrick Mahomes had 3 interceptions. The Dolphins were winning that game 10-0. Kansas City went out there, scored 30 straight points, and ended up winning 33-27. The Kansas City only one loss this year. They are in the driver's seat to finish with the best record in the AFC. And you look at the other teams that are competing with them right now, the Buffalo Bills and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, the Bills really beat up on Pittsburgh there on Sunday Night Football. Josh Allen looks nice. I mean, you won't find a better wide receiver duo than Stephon Diggs and Cole Beasley. I mean, Stephon Diggs was just out of this world in the second half there against Pittsburgh. I mean, he should be a dancer. You see his route running. I mean, he was going one way, and Steven Nelson was going the other way and falling on his face. It was absolutely embarrassing there in the second half. And the Steelers have fallen at plus 1,200, and they can't run the ball. We all know this, right? And their offense is just not dynamic. Their passing game is not dynamic. I mean, Big Ben was, I know he was only sacked one time, but he was pressured basically all game, and the Bills stopped the run. The Bills have had problems stopping the run. They can stop the run. They're taking the ball away now. They had a pick six in this ball game with Josh Allen. Man, you never know what can happen. The Bills are used to those cold weather games. So Buffalo against Kansas City maybe in an AFC championship game would be very, very interesting. The Bills, like I said, are at plus 1,200. Okay, the Ravens beat the Browns on Monday Night Football in an epic game. Right, the Ravens were close to plus 3,000 last week. They're now plus 2,000. The Browns are plus 4,000, even though they have a better record than Baltimore, right? I mean, it's just the respect that the Ravens get. They have that pedigree. They get to the playoffs. They always make noise. They have the 2019 MVP on the roster, and Lamar Jackson kind of won the game for them with his arm. Now, he did some great things with his legs, but he, put Justin Tucker in position to win the game there with his arm. So the Ravens, man, offensively, he kind of left there for a few minutes. We don't know what the hell was happening there in the locker room, but he came back. He was like Superman coming back and saving the day there for the Baltimore Ravens. So if they can get to the play, they played the Giants, they played Jacksonville, and they play Cincinnati. So it would be an upset to me if the Ravens did not finish 11-5, and the Browns still have a ball game against Pittsburgh, right? So the Browns are plus 4,000. I still think they offer pretty good value just by the makeup of their team. Baker Mayfield has been playing better. That was always my number one concern. He's playing well, and they got a great running game. We know this, and their defense has some injuries there in the secondary, but they get a little healthier here in the last few games. Man, they get to the playoffs, they could make noise. So at plus 4,000, good value there for the Browns. I like Indy at plus 3,300. I think they offer good value, right? Tennessee is currently leading the division. They are at plus 2,800. Right with the Titans also, man. They get to the playoffs with that running game. Derrick Henry just ran for 215 against Jacksonville. You never know. But Indy, man, good defense, great offensive line. Phillip Rivers, I've been waiting for the Phillip Rivers T.Y. Hilton show all year. Well, T.Y. Hilton scored 2 touchdowns against the Raiders, 44-27. Jonathan Taylor, we've been waiting for him to come around. He had a $150. The Colts are playing well. We shall see what happens here in the next few weeks. But at plus 3,300, I think they offer interesting value. Another team that offers interesting value, played very well. How about the Eagles upsetting the New Orleans Saints, right? The Eagles are at plus 20,000. Now, if they were at plus 10,000, I would say forget it. But at plus 20,000, their defense is the type of defense that competes in the playoffs. I mean, they got a great defensive line. They sacked the quarterback. They sacked Taysom Hill 5 times in this game. And Jalen Hurts kind of lit a fire under them, didn't he? 167 passing yards, 106 rushing yards. Miles Sanders also had a $115. A little bit of that read option stuff, right? They ran the ball so well. So if they can somehow sneak into the playoffs, and Philly kind of plays well in December, they play bad all year, and then they start playing well in December. It's happened in the last few years. You never know what can happen, man. I mean, if they get in the playoffs, they would get in as a division winner. Okay, so at plus 20,000, maybe. Okay, Seattle at plus 1,200. I know the Seahawks just beat the New York Jets. I mean, the Jets, they haven't won a game all year, but it was 40-6. And their defense gets better by the week. And Russell Wilson, 21 out of 27, played well, but has not played his best ball in the last few weeks. Do you think that's that's going to continue? I do not. I think he's going to get better here. I think he's going to get better. In Seattle at plus 1,200, they run the ball, they pass the ball. Now they're playing good defense. They have everything, and they have pedigree in the playoffs. Russell Wilson plays very well on the road in the playoffs. Speaking of maybe not playing on the road in the playoffs, Green Bay's got the second best odds now at plus 700, right? Aaron Rodgers, he's your MVP right now, folks. Oh, yes, he is. If the Packers, man, number one seed because the Saints lost, they have identical records, and they already beat Green Bay. They already beat New Orleans this year, okay? So they can somehow get the number one seed and just play at home, the cold in December. Damn. Green Bay could be a good one. Okay, so 25 teams are still alive. 25 out of the 32 teams. Amazing. And the Patriots are still alive at plus 50,000 with the third worst. That was the last time you saw New England at plus 50,000 going into week 15 to win the Super Bowl. Absolutely incredible. No passing game. Obviously, the Patriots are a tremendous long shot. The Dolphins at plus 10,000. I'm telling you something about Miami, man. They dropped a lot. I understand this, but their defense is nice. Played well against Kansas City. Tua evolved a lot from the first half to the second half of that ball game. They lost their best receivers. They didn't have their best running backs. They lost their best tight ends. I mean, they have 3 rookies starting on their offensive line. I mean, who is Tua throwing the ball to? And they got back in the game against Kansas City. So it might not be this year, but I think the Dolphins are going to be good for years to come. They have a very tough schedule coming up. We shall see what happens. They are at plus 10,000. Okay, for everything regarding the world of betting, you can go to oddshark.com. Talk soon, guys.